Say what? Hello and welcome, this is Philip, and today we're gonna be reacting to yet another amazing artist. Oh yes, it's that time again. Today we're gonna be reacting to none other than Aaron Blaise. So you're probably familiar with something like, I don't know, Disney animations. You probably heard it somewhere. He's one of the OGs that worked on different Disney titles such as Brother Bear, The Lion King, and other titles as well. He's mostly known for being an animator, an illustrator, and a concept artist that focuses his subject matter around animals. He's one of my longtime favorite artists. I just love that Disney style and look. Aaron Blaise is just an expert in what he does. He excels at what he does, and that's exactly what we're gonna be taking a look at today. So let's do it. Here we have some bear characters, and I really love these stylized characters with a lot of expression, that staple Disney style within a very realistic kind of setting. He's using techniques like blurring the background and blurring the edges to mimic a camera, really giving that photographic or photoreal look, but still not deviating from this very stylized feel, right? As you can see on their facial expressions, like, ooh, what's going on? Here's already a different style, as you can see. Judging from his facial expression, he did something very wrong. Probably pooed on the carpet or something like that. As you can see, the key to his art is the personality that he gives his characters, and in particular animals. Animals usually don't have the variety of facial expressions and emotions that we have, and that's why I think it's so cool to see the ability to really create personality and distinct characters from animals. That's something like not only you see from Aaron Blaise's art, but Disney in general, and that's how they're able to create very meaningful stories. Here we have some wolf designs. And here you can see a variety of expressions as well. Especially if you're working on a visual development for an animation studio, it's important to know the ins and outs of a character, you know, how he's going to look like in 3D, how he's going to look like in various different angles, knowing the different facial expressions. Because at the end of the pipeline, the character is going to be animated and he's going to come to life in a living, breathing world. That's why you have this. And here you can see how the wolf is going to brutally devour this child. That's what's going to happen next. And something I talk a lot about, and what a lot of characters have in common, is their ability to create expression and personality to their characters. And it has a lot to do with thinking about shape language, what kind of shapes bring forth a certain personality. What kind of features am I going to exaggerate in order to instantly make a character memorable? In this case, like, the stylization really comes from looking at a wolf and looking at these prominent features, like the fluffy fur around his neck and his body, and then looking at the long legs and really exaggerating that. Here we have the character Raja from Aladdin. What I think makes his art really beautiful, aside from his fundamental knowledge of how to create a very expressive and stylized character, is the way he brings contrast in his art, and contrast in various different ways. For example, we have the contrast from this direct light from the sun, and then creating a very distinct cast shadow. And also the light is going to saturate the colors, and what's in the shadow is going to be less saturated. There's contrast there. And the other side of the face, where there's more shadow, he adds another light source. Makes the art look really multi-dimensional, right? And what I really noticed, not only in his art, but in Disney animation style as well, is like the fluidity of the expressions, the fluidity of the shapes. Like, really good animation has like a certain fluidity to it. And another thing that comes into play, if you look, for example, at these kinds of drawings, is the understanding of shapes. When he's drawing, he's only thinking about shapes. Like, this is a shape, boom. This is a shape, this elbow is one shape, boom, boom. Thinking in shapes. And of course, this comes from experience, from drawing a lot, drawing from reference, drawing from life. And here we see the end result, how it looks like in the animation. And the way I see it, animation is like the hardcore level of being an artist. Like, your average artist, you know, has to know all the things and learn all the things that make an art look good. And an animator has to do that and a step further and a step beyond. An animator has to know all the things that makes an art look good, know his gestures, know his anatomy, his perspective. Plus, he has to make that character 1,000 more times in different frame by frame, and eventually make that into a consecutive movement that looks fluid and good to the eyes, right? So there's a lot of work that comes to animating. And in my student years, I considered being an animator just because I knew I was going to be able to learn so much. But I thought, I'd rather not make my character 1,000 times. I just want to make my character once and try and make that look good. Thank you very much. Here we have Nala from The Lion King. Once again, we have the variety of expressions. This expression just looks like she's just seen her parents naked. Oh God! Oh no! My eyes will never be able to unsee that. And look at this. This is another example of like really squashing his face. It's like a technique in animation, right? In animation, you have to go a step and beyond to really exaggerate and sell the expression you're trying to tell your viewers. Then the emotions are going to be more powerful. That's how there's a lot of emotion in Disney animation. Like, look at this expression, for example. You really have to like sell it. It's one thing to go like, ah, and then like, you know, that's the difference. I love this one because it really shows that it's really not about the rendering of an art, but rather the understanding of how to express the idea of your art. You can clearly see these brush strokes, but the placements are done in such a way that he understands how the animal looks like. He just needs very few brush strokes to really indicate the understanding of what he sees. And also there's the beautiful expression right here. It really looks like he doesn't want to share his food with his girlfriend. Don't touch my fucking fries! So yeah, I really love this artist. He also has great content on YouTube. I'm gonna leave a link for that. He also has a great website called Creature Art Teacher, where he has a lot of great tutorials for animating and illustration as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. See ya!